Today my dad and I are going to rebuild Malaga, a side who was actually relegated from the 2nd Division of Spain at the end of the 22-23 season. After they drew on the final day of that season, conceding a 90th minute equaliser against the already relegated Ibiza. And this is the team that was riding high just 10 years ago, playing in the Champions League knockout stages, with some very recognisable faces. Dad, our best player, Ruben Castro, is 41.
Good on him at that age, still playing, eh?
The longevity of this, of having him as our best player, might not be too long. He'd be great for the 2nd Division, don't get me wrong. Now, I haven't been able to add to the side because they had zero transfer budget to start off with and minus wage budget too. So we're pretty much just left with what we've got to begin with, and that is our best player. So, I mean, team-wise, for this division, there are some standout players. There's a couple that's good on loan. Fran Villalba is not bad. He's on loan from us for only a season. Fran Sol is another one. He's a striker, so he probably won't play in front of Ruben Castro if we only went one up top. And Yago Jr. is a good winger for the 2nd Division in Spain. But outside of that, there's a couple of good youngsters. Ramon Enriquez, he's come through the youth academy there by the looks of it. And there's a couple as well that I like the look of, to be fair, that we might be using going forward. But outside of that, we could have quite a difficulty if we struggle to get out of this division within the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think you're definitely looking at some wheeling dealing, especially loans, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't help that Ramon Enriquez actually starts off on the transfer list as well. So straight away he's like unhappy. Tactically though, I've gone for this. Now I've had some success with the formation like this in my Brighton save. It's very similar to that, similar to instructions, but I've also actually changed around the player roles more to attacking midfielders and to wingers. I was toying around with it throughout the start of this season, and I think I found a way that I actually quite enjoy it with the side that we've got. So to kind of give you a gist, I haven't selected any players for this season. It does look like this. Castro up top, Ruben Castro, our 41-year-old striker. I haven't nailed him in there because nailing a 41-year-old striker for the whole season would be a little bit cruel. But I think we've got good enough players to play in all these different positions and some decent ones to come off the bench too should we need them. So I'm actually quite optimistic in this first season to see how we do. I reckon, although I don't think we're linked very highly up there, I actually think we might give a good go at promotion. We're supposed to be the 11th best in the league, 11-1, but there are some big teams in that league. The ones that have just dropped down, Granada, Eibar, Levante, of course, always favourites to go back up. We'll see how we do, but there's obviously some other clubs, Tenerife, Las Palmas, who have been in the top division recently, more recent than what Malaga has since their downfall. So gone to the team that we had 10 years ago with, you know, the likes of Ruud van Nistelrooy at top and Isco.
Yeah, they had a big problem in 2020, didn't they? The administrators came in and they sold or released the whole first team. Yeah. So this is probably why they are where they are now.
They've had a bit of a rebuild themselves.
You know, if you've got no money anywhere, can you rebuild a team?
No. Well, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, 2012 Van Nistelrooy, what a legend.
Yeah.
He finished his career there, didn't he?
He did indeed, yeah. One of my favourite all-time players for Manchester United.
I've got to admit, he's one of my favourite strikers that's been in the Premier League as well.
Yeah, phenomenal talent. Yeah. And the argument he had with Martin Keown was hilarious.
Brilliant.
Very good. Really much enjoyed that. So that's what we're looking like tactically. That's the kind of the lineup that our assistant will be picking once we start obviously simulating the full season. The results are 0-0 to begin with, and this is where I'll start to toy around with a little bit of it. I went a little bit too crazy in this one and changed the formation completely, and we lost 2-1, and I thought, no, revert back to how I was, and I think I found the right concoction because Eibar 5-0, who've just come down.
Result. Yeah. That's a good result, yeah.
Absolutely destroyed them. We played very well, and I actually played that game and really enjoyed the way that we were playing. So a few difficult games coming up, but I like to think that we might be able to give this season a bloody good go.
Well, I think the biggest challenge we've got is obviously trying to get into the main league. Yeah. Have we got enough seasons to do it?
Well, I think we should be able to get into the top division.
I hope you do, but you've only got to miss it one
getting
season,
there
haven't you?
and surviving is the main thing, because that is relentless. Once you go up into a promotion with an average side, it's going to be
totally
difficult.
different, yeah.
Right, okay, let's simulate this first season. Alright, first season, and we're that close to promotion.
11 points, wasn't it?
Tenerife has gone up through the playoffs. We had 3 more points than them, but unfortunately they beat us in the final 7-3.
That's worse when you get to the final of the playoffs as well, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, they're not playing at Wembley, but it was a trip for the fans at least. It's very disappointing, obviously, 5-3 to lose on aggregate after, obviously, it was, what would have been the result first? 2-1? Yeah, something like that, 2-1. So, yeah, difficult to take, almost getting there. We didn't necessarily play amazing this year because, as you can see, the only player that we had in any of the player statistics was the most yellow cards. So we didn't even have, like, you know, a highest average rating or most assists, nothing like that, and yet we finished in third.
Our biggest problem is we drew too many games.
10 games in total, yeah. So that's disappointing. We lost 11 games there against teams that, you know, you would expect to give us difficult matches. Ibar got relegated again, which did surprise me. So there we go. Right, so outside of that then, the other competition that we were in was the Copa del Rey. We faced Barcelona. We didn't get past them, unfortunately, fourth round. So we actually got there.
We actually beat Barcelona 5-0 once.
Wow. Take that.
It's one of the best results they've ever had. And they've also beat Real Madrid 6-0.
Recently, or?
No, that's going back a few years ago now. I was in the 50s, 1950s.
Hey, that's not bad at all. The 50s was when Real Madrid were class.
Well, yeah.
They had Stefano and some unbelievable players back then. I'm sure you remember it well.
I was there. I think they got promoted into the top league, and they were there for 2 seasons. And in one of those seasons, they actually beat Real Madrid 6-0.
God, Jesus. So well, in this tie, Barcelona only beat us in extra time, and we missed a penalty.
Oh no!
And we were down to 10 men. We were very close to causing an upset.
There's nothing like giving it to them, is it?
I know, and they played a decent side as well. They had a couple of. I mean, Lewandowski played the full game, didn't even score. Defenders were class.
That means our defense is good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Juan who is come through our youth academy, as you can see here. He's only 23 years of age. He looks very good. He's already wanted by Levante, who... Did they go up, Levante? I can't remember if they did go up or not. We got... Yeah, they went up as champions. We need to make sure we keep hold of him anyway. But yeah, we've done quite well, I think. Not a bad season.
I'll take it for a season, yeah.
Not a bad season. So goals-wise, who was scoring them? Well, 21 from Ruben Castro. But it's time for him to depart. He's decided to retire age 41, going into his 42nd year. Not bad. After that, the 12 goals come from a lone player. So now we've only got...
in trouble.
Yeah, that we need to start replacing players, basically, in our first team. And how much money have we been given to do that? Not a lot again. £1.49 million, which, you know, in the second division of Spain, it probably isn't that bad. But look how much we're under the wage budget.
Yeah.
We're going to have to really wheel and deal because that's no money whatsoever. So, yeah, good luck, Luke, in this pre-season.
I think you need a couple of lone strikers.
Yeah, possibly. Right, let's have a look, see what I can do. Now, I spent all of our transfer budget on one player in Javi Ontiveros, who is a very good winger who can play on both sides. I like the look of him. I like his flares, good passing ability. Technically, he's class. Very good physicals too. Only 25. So I think he could be a good signing for us, only for 525k from Villarreal. He played last season in this division.
He scored a lot of goals.
Got 14 goals and 12 assists.
So we can do that again this season now.
Absolutely, we could definitely do that. But I did pick up another 2 players, which I think takes us to the next level. Now, Pedro Obiang, he's played in Spain before. He come through the Atletico B team to start off his career. Then he moved to Sampdoria. He's played in the Premier League quite a few times, and he's recently moved to Sassuolo. Now he's moved to us on a free transfer. He's already got himself an assist in the 2 matches that he has played for us. And then we've got Ricardo Saponara, even another player who has once played for Sampdoria, but he hasn't played in the Premier League.
He's
like
travelled
the last
a bit,
one. He has travelled only in Italy, though. He's scared of going abroad. Today was his day that he decided to make a change. He's moved to us on a free transfer, 1 assist again in those 2 seasons, but very good player. He's at the end of his career, 31 years of age, but hey, that's still another 10 years if you're Ruben. Ruben Castro.
He's a young lad.
I think those two signings are very good. They help us in our squad, and I want to nail in Saponara for that role there. Now, we had a player out on loan last year.
Yeah, what's this guy here then?
Roberto Fernandez. Now, he was on loan at Barcelona B team, but he played 9 games in the top division.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. He played in La Liga 9 games. They were all off the bench. He didn't score any goals, didn't really do much. But Roberto Fernandez has experience in La Liga.
Yeah.
And now he has experience.
I mean, his finishing in first touch isn't that bad, actually, is it?
For this division.
For this division, yeah,
I'll
good.
Definitely take it. I think he looks really good. He's only 21 years of age. He has a cracking potential. He has come through our youth academy. So he is a youth academy prospect that we need to nurture into a first team performer.
I'll tell you what, wouldn't it be brilliant if he takes us right through?
That would be unbelievable. Yeah, we need that. I'm putting my faith in him. He needs to play that role as much as possible.
It's always that bit more flair, and it's a homegrown talent as well, isn't it? They want to do it for their own team, don't they?
And he's got the experience of Saponara behind him to hopefully assist in quite a lot, because his attributes are fantastic for that, exactly getting into those positions. So if I was to quick pick without restriction, it doesn't change too much. I just want Saponara on that side, but we have obviously got Ramon Enriquez who comes in, but the rest of the side pretty much picks itself, to be honest. We've got Munoz and Juande as our centre-backs there. Roberto Fernandez would be the star striker anyway. I'm just making sure he plays every single game. So, schedule-wise, it started off very well.
That is good.
That's 3 wins from 3. Lugo in the first game. Roberto Fernandez got himself a goal. Ramon Enriquez also got the winner from being 1-0 down. Villarreal B team, we also went behind against them. And then we come back. They equalised in the 86th minute. And we scored in the 93rd from our guy who got himself a hat-trick. Unbelievable. And then we went to Ibiza. We partied a little bit too much the night before. And we only beat them 1-0. But Alex Goulart with the goal in the 64th minute. So far, so good this season.
Hey, it's looking hopeful now.
It's not looking too bad at all. So we need to push on, get out of this division. And then that's when the fun really starts, when we get into the top division of Spain, into La Liga. Right, okay. Cross all your fingers and toes. Let's see if we can do it. Oh boy, did we do it in half. 97 points. Very easily. 9 points clear of second place, Elche. There's still the playoffs to be done, but we have done it. We are qualified. We won, promoted.
30 games.
30 games out for 42. We only lost 5.
Get in.
Huge. Half the games compared to what we lost last season.
2 seasons that was.
Yeah, look at the goal difference, by the way. 111.
Hey, and we've got a young boy in doing it for us.
He scored 63.
Oh, gets in.
63 goals he got last season.
Have we just found a little gem?
Everybody now is writing his name down. So he was called Roberto. Dad's already wrote him down for the next Versus rebuild, which will be out next week, by the way. We are doing who, Dad?
Our favourite German teams.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. Who would be my favourite German team?
Oh, you've got me now. This is an hard one.
Yeah. Oh. Let us know down in the comments who you think we are. Right, Roberto Fernandez has scored an absolute ton of goals this season. He got 68 in all competitions. Unbelievable, but 63 in 41 league games. He had an XG of 46. Unreal. That's unbelievable finishing from him. And he got 2 assists, 19 player of the matches.
Did you see his average?
Yeah, I know. It's
8.
Absolutely mental. An 8 average rating. I know he's only in the second division, but he's only 21 years of age. Really well done. And David Larrubia, I'm guessing, has found quite a lot of corner or free kicks or anything like that, because he has done exceptionally well in assists this season. That is a combination we've really enjoyed this season. Very good stuff. What about in the other competition? The cup competition, 3rd round by Valencia. That's just unfortunate. They eliminated us 4-3. Unlucky, to be honest. In the 92nd minute and the 94th. We were 3-2 up until the 92nd minute. And in fact, we were 3-0 up until the 70th minute.
Do you know we've had this done to us before?
Really?
We talked about Ruden out Nistelrooy the 2012 season. We actually qualified in the Champions League.
Oh, I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them playing the Champions League.
They went through the group stages. They played Milan, Anderlecht and St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
They went through that stage. Then they went into the knockout stage and beat Porto.
Yeah.
And then they come against Dortmund.
Yeah.
They were 2-1 up in the 90th minute. Oh. And lost 3-2.
Probably Robert Lewandowski.
I didn't look
or
to see
Marco
who was
Reus.
no,
I can't remember who it would be.
But they scored in the 91st and 93rd minute.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen the game. And apparently the manager put in a complaint to the FIFA or UEFA about the referee.
Yeah.
Something went on and it didn't look too good, so they put a complaint in it.
I think that's the year that Dortmund got all the way to the final, because they faced Bayern in the final, possibly, in 2013.
That was the quarter-final, so
yeah.
Yeah, so it was unlucky there, really, but being ahead again in the last 2 minutes, well, into injury time, really, and you're losing
92nd and 94th.
But for some reason, after that, I think they got chucked out of the European games.
Yeah.
For some reason, it was to do with money, something to do with the money side of their
financial fair play.
Financial
all
fair
of
play.
that
Yeah,
malarkey.
I think it was all to do with that. So they got banned from the European.
I feel sorry for them, really, because certain clubs don't seem to be getting punished from that.
Oh, who are we talking about here then? Is that someone who's got 100 offences against them?
The comment section, like, you support Man United, how can you say that? We make a lot of money. Man City can't even fill their ground. So, questions, really, isn't it?
Yes.
It does make you think, to be honest, because a lot of clubs come up about that financial fair play and stuff, but it's almost like nobody really understands the rules. Nobody really understands who qualifies for it and who is breaking the rules, and then nobody understands what the punishments are going to be, because some clubs get punished from it immediately. Some clubs, like Man City, apparently have broken it 100 times and nothing is yet to be said or done, and they just continue to
I was
purchase
listening to the TalkSport the other day, and then with reference of Harry Kane. I mean, anything to do with Harry Kane, I'll listen to it, and that's one of the reasons why Man United have pulled out from signing him, because the signings they've already made this season, if they paid 100 million for Harry Kane, it would take them past that stage now.
Yeah.
That's why they've pulled out of the signing this year.
I don't know. No idea what goes on with financial fair play, but there we have it. So, the squad-wise, 68 goals, as we mentioned, 15 from La Rubia. Saponara's actually had quite a good season as well, 13 assists. He's got us promoted. He did his job. I'm happy. How much money do we have, though, for the following season? We need something.
Give us 10. Oh, 11.
I'll take it.
Yeah. 11
million, we'll take it. We can make some money back. There's a few players who are wanted here, a few players that we can release.
We don't need a striker.
We don't need a striker, no. He's got 68, so we should be fine next season, even if he gets a third of that, to be honest.
I know he's wanted, but he ain't got to leave, is he?
Wow. Who is he wanted by? No, he should stay. Looking at those clubs, he should stay.
Yes.
Malaga is a much nicer place to go, I'm sure. Right, okay, let's go into the third season. Let's see who I bring in. Okay, once again, I used a free agency market, and I brought in Jan-Paul van Heck from Brighton. He was released on a free transfer, so I brought him in. Very good centre-back, especially for this league. Only 24, 6'2", good height. I like him a lot. Played 4 games in the Premier League last season. Good start.
Yeah.
We needed a good centre-back. He does that. Now, Alex Müller is another player brought in from that left-hand side. He is Spanish. He hasn't been playing in Spain for the last couple of years. He's been in Poland, after making a long time in Spain, including playing at Malaga. So that's nice. He actually come through the youth academy during those highlighted years. So yeah, he's been around the block. He's probably seen the downfall of Malaga. Hopefully he can now see the uphill side of Malaga. But we did spend some money after we brought in Thomas Esteves from Porto, a good right back, especially for this. We needed more fullbacks. He comes in, he does the job there, but the rest of the signings, I paid money for them. Now, Petr Ratkov is a Serbian striker who can also play on the left side of midfield. He has got 15 for finishing, good jump and reach, good flair, and he's 6'4", so he's going to be a threat from set pieces. He has got 2 goals and 1 assist so far in the 2 games that he has played. Absolutely. He got 8 goals last season, so he's already got a quarter of that in just 2 games.
Yeah.
Very happy from Petar, or Peter, if it's just a Serbian way of saying it. We needed a new goalkeeper, Dad. I bought one for £2 million, and I think this is a decent goalkeeper.
He looks good, yeah.
Good command of area, good anticipation, everything like that we needed. I think he is a quality goalkeeper. Played in La Liga last season, and if you think, played in La Liga 2 last season. He played 42 games and he only conceded 35 with 19 clean sheets.
That's good.
It's a good goalkeeper. Yeah. That is a very good goalkeeper. So Diego Altube is coming in for us as our number 1. Finally, Oriol Busquets. £2.2 million, used to play for Barcelona. He is Sergio Busquets' brother, I think. It doesn't say that he is. Maybe he just has the same name. If he plays anything like his namesake in Busquets in that same role, we will be laughing. Very good player indeed. Good passing, good vision, good teamwork. Everything about him reminds me of Sergio Busquets, even included in the name. It just doesn't say that they're brothers. Whether they are or not, let me know. He comes in, he's 25 years of age, Quality signing. We've only sold Victor Olmo 400k. Is that Danny Olmo's brother? Again, it doesn't say. They just all got the same names. They just don't know whether they're related. And Ivan we let out go on loan. So outside of that, no players have left the club. We've managed to keep hold of everybody, including, of course, our striker Roberto Fernandez, who is now classed as our key player, and I don't want him to be to be rotated out of that position, and that's why I've secured Ratkov in on that left-hand side. He can play that role. He's the best player that we have in that role, so I'm keeping him in that role, and that's what we're looking like. Because if I did go pick without restriction, it would still have Roberto Fernandez up there, but Ratkov wouldn't be there, and I promised Ratkov he would start every single game, so that's where I'm going to put him. Okay, do you think we're going to stay up?
Yes.
I like the optimism.
With the new keeper and the new the striker that we've got there, I think we'll stay up.
I agree. And bringing in Van Heck, I think, is a quality centre-back alongside Juande, who's a little bit younger and a little bit less experienced, but still, I think he's good.
We're a little bit better than we were, so that's good enough for me.
Absolutely. Okay, so results so far. We have defeated Mallorca 3-2. That's a cracking result.
Yeah, good result there.
First game back in La Liga, but unfortunately, the Barcelona game, we lost 4-1.
It's one you're going to expect to lose, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Those are like the gimmies, aren't they? Those two matches, the Real Madrid, possibly Atletico, Valencia, Villarreal, those ones. If you get a point, it's a bonus. It's the other games like Mallorca where we need to be picking the results. We'll simulate this third season. Our first season back in La Liga. Can we stay up there?
Come on.
Let's find out. Third season, and yes, we stay there. We're top of the bottom half.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, definitely.
In 11th place, Barcelona went on and winning it on goal difference by the looks of it, unless it is head-to-head. But they did have a better goal difference, 94 points alongside Real Madrid. But Malaga, we finished on 48 points. We
were nearly better than that. Look at our last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, we just had a bad end of the season, which by then we had already qualified, stayed up.
Yeah.
So, we're happy. We're absolutely buzzing with that. We won 13 games. Did we take any big names? Doesn't look like it, but we scored a lot of goals.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely take that. The games that we drew, Bilbao was a couple in there, and obviously we're going to lose against Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Really, we've lost the games that you'd expect to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. Did we have a goal scorer? We didn't, but Saponara had the most assists this season. I'll definitely take that. Was he up there? He was. He got 19 goals. He was the 5th top scorer of the league. Not bad at all for a newly promoted team. How good does he look? Yeah, he's looking good.
Getting a little bit better now, yeah.
22 years of age. He's coming into his prime. Absolutely fantastic. Roberto Fernandez. I love him. I love him already. Right, okay, so that's a good season for us. What about in the cup competition? We were still in it at this point. 4th round, again by Barcelona. You just can't avoid them. You just can't. Just every season so far, we've come up against Barcelona, I think, and we've lost against them. 4-2. Again, it's quite close, to be honest. We've been quite unlucky there.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We won the second half 2-1.
Yeah. Squad-wise, 25 goals from Roberto Fernandez, 9 from Petr Ratkov. We need a little bit more goals coming in from midfield, to be honest. Like 8s and 9s are okay, but we need somebody getting to double figures to help Roberto Fernandez up top. So we need some money to do that. And how much do we have? 7 million. It's not bad. It could be a lot worse.
I expected it to be more than the 11 that we had for a season.
I know, I get it. The wage budget is a little bit higher, though, which might add a little bit more to it. If I bop that down to 65, you get 10 million. So, yeah, it's close.
We're not going to be big payers, are we? So
no, absolutely not. The highest wage that we currently have right now is 43, which is Ricardo Saponara. And Van Heck is obviously the guy that we just signed. But after that, that's 20 grand more than Oriol Busquets. So those are like our 2 big players. And to be honest, I don't think we're going to be renewing the contract of Ricardo. He leaves this season. His contract runs out, and I don't think I like those physical attributes. We need to replace him. So Van Heck is our highest player right now on 43,000. Okay?
Yep.
Let's see what we can do with it in the 4th season. Now, Dad, something happened throughout the summer. I was immediately... No, I wasn't sacked. I was immediately told I could not sign any players, and the reason for it was because we have a new chairman. We have a Tycoon takeover.
Oh, come on.
I know.
Is he going to give us more money, though?
So, he did bump our transfer budget up. At the time, we had £3 million left.
All right.
He bumped it all the way up to 6 million.
Oh, he doubled it.
Yeah. So we had a new Tycoon takeover come in. Wang Chun is our new chairman. It gives us a lot of promise. Our finances now are looking quite healthy at £62 million in the bank. I'll take it. Our original budget of 11 million would have been bumped up to around about 14.
Yeah.
So some big spending went on this summer. Let me tell you about it. So I was quite excited, I must admit. We sold £8.25 million as well. Roberto Fernandez is gone.
You're joking. What do you do that for?
Roberto Fernandes has left the club.
Oh, I expected to have him for the patrons and everything. You know, this guy was going to be our future. And you get, see ya. What sort of manager are you?
Tycoon takeover, sell your best player, you know? Right, so...
You better be getting a good striker in to replace this guy, because he was going places.
Have I ever let you down?
He's gone somewhere, but...
Have I ever let you down in the past?
No, you haven't, no.
Right, let's find out then. Who did I bring in instead? So £8.25 million there. We did actually spend...
Better not be Harry Kane.
Players as well. Harry Kane is not one of them. So, a couple of players that I brought in at the start of the window. So, James Gomez was a good centre-back I brought in free transfer. Not bad at all. I actually signed a better centre-back after, so where I put is an important player. He might not be that important to me anymore. We also signed Manu Vallejo from Girona on a free transfer. Plays on that left-hand side, can also play up top. He isn't the replacement for Roberto Fernandes. He's an option who can play up there, though, so that is different. But we've also got Krejci, who is a Czech Republic centre defensive midfielder.
Can I just check his hairstyle out?
Yep, I don't know what that is either.
It looks like his head's the wrong way round, doesn't it?
It does. It looks like that's supposed to be the back of a ponytail.
Yeah.
I don't know, but 63k we paid because it was basically a free transfer. He did it right last season, the Czech Republic League, so that was okay. Lucas Robertoni, he comes in from Argentina. Well, he played for Almeria, but he's Argentinian anyway.
He got 11 goals last season, that's all right.
He did. I remember him being a wonder kid on Football Manager when he played for Velez in FM 19 or 18, whatever it was. He was very good. So we now have him at Malaga for £3 million. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists in 3 games. Really good, really good. He's more of a centre attacking midfielder. He can also play centre mid though. The reason why I bought him was for those 2 centre attacking midfield roles. Now we get into the business. I also signed a player from Norway who plays centre back or right back. I think this guy is probably going to be a slightly better centre back than the one that we did get on a free transfer. We only paid £1 million for him. I think that's quite good, to be fair. This is where we get our money's worth. £11 million on Kang In Lee.
I've researched this guy and I tried to buy him the other day, didn't I?
You did?
Yeah.
For an upcoming rebuild versus.
And I couldn't get him. So did he go to PSG?
He went to PSG,
yeah, he did,
and then you tried signing him, and this is a spoiler for next week. You tried signing him, and then about a week later, I was like, oh, Dad, you didn't get Lee Kang In. He decided to stay at PSG, even though he wasn't getting any games. So that's a little bit of a spoiler. Right, so, yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
He plays that centre attack midfield, but he can also play on the wings or up front. He's a well-rounded player. Again, he's not the replacement. The replacement is an even bigger bargain. So that's the guy I spent the money on, though, is Kang In Lee. Already played for Mallorca and Valencia. He loves it in Spain.
Good squad player.
Nicholas. I brought Nicholas as a good left back. Brazilian, 28 years of age, so he's in his prime. £1.3 million. That will do for me. He had a good season a couple of seasons ago. Nicholas comes in as a good left back, but this is the replacement. Juan Deneno. This is the guy that we're playing up top.
He's got a good finishing.
Yeah, I think
the main thing, isn't it?
Attribute-wise, he is better than Roberto Fernandes. He is better. He just whether he can perform better. He's got cracking off the ball, great teamwork, great work rate, fantastic anticipation. The finishing and headings there.
The only thing I'm going to say about this guy, innit, and you know what it's going to be, don't you?
What?
His age.
His age is 31. Yeah. But hey, if he's banging him in for the next couple of years, he'll only be 33. Then by then, we would have won the Champions League and then the Patreon members enough money so that they can replace him with somebody.
I'll be right, yeah.
Patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming. On the £5 tier, you guys get the save game file at the end. You might need to buy a new striker. Okay, now, we only signed him for £2.5 billion. He has 7 goals in 3 games.
So he's got 7 goals in 3 games. The other guy in the midfield has got
2 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, so hang on a minute, we're doing well.
Hello.
Good start.
And he has been a prolific goal scorer throughout this whole simulation, really. 20 goals in the first season. 15 goals in the 2 seasons ago. At the start of the Mexican season, this season he had scored 2 in 2. Then we bought him and he's already scored 7 in 3 with an assist and an 8.9 average rating. Juan is maybe the Juan. Tactically, we're going exactly as we were previously. I think this tactic's just been holding out for us, really. We don't really need to change it right now. If I went quick pick without restriction, you would see it would basically be the team that I would pick, to be honest. With Busquets, Kang In Lee, Enriquez and Robertone. Very good centre-backs, of course. Yeah, this is a good team. I like this team. We've got some good options from the bench. Should we have Ratcliffe? We've got that centre-back that I just bought. Yeah, we're doing all right, to be fair.
Good side.
How have we done in the league, though? 3 games, 3 wins. We sold him
a goal
to Zaragoza, and we beat them 3-0. We played them after... No, we sold them after we played them, sorry. Tottenham, we drew against them 1-1 in a friendly. I thought I just mentioned that. Osasuna, Our new guy scored 4 goals. Lovely stuff. He then also got 2 in the next game and a 5-0 win against Villarreal.
That's a hell of a result.
Oh no, because Villarreal in the last couple of seasons, we can have a look obviously of how they've actually been doing. They're a very good team. They finished 3rd last season. They finished 5th the season before that. They're in Champions League football and we beat them 5-0, Dad.
That's just not a win, is it? That's a
demolishing, yeah. And it was straight from the off as well.
I'll tell you what, when you go through our games, we go a long way before we play anybody really big.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Atletico is at the end of November, and then we've got Real Madrid and Barcelona back-to-back. But we got a winter break in between that as well. Yeah.
So by Christmas, we could be top of the league.
We probably won it by then, if I'm honest. So we'll see how it goes. Right. 4th season. I'm really optimistic about this season, especially after the start.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm looking at Champions League qualification.
Possibly. Yeah. And we got a Tycoon Takeover as well.
Should we go for it?
Yeah, why not? Let's go and win the old bloody thing. And the Copa del Rey will be an afterthought. Right. Let's simulate it, see how we do. Now that's exactly what we wanted.
Oh, brilliant.
5th place.
Get in.
Europa League football next season, boys. We'll definitely take that. 5th place, 65 points. We had a bad end of the season as well. We won 1 in 5.
We could have been a lot
We could have been all the way up into 3rd. We were
yeah.
very close to getting 3rd place. We had some bad results at the end there. Of course, we played Barcelona last game of the season, but losing to Sociedad and drawing against Real Betis 4-4. Difficult. Very difficult, but overall...
Hey, at the beginning of the season, you would have took 5th, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. European football next season. And look who's the top scorer of the league. 31 goals, 9 more than Robert Lewandowski. It is the Juan. Look at that. And I don't see anybody from Zaragoza there.
No.
How many goals did he score? I'm very curious now. So he's not even classed as their key player. He didn't even start games. Roberto Fernandez, there he is. He scored 7 goals in 23 appearances, which...
He's in mourning, isn't he? Because he left his team.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the 63 he was popping in for us, was it?
He felt so unwanted and you just dumped him.
I almost feel sorry for him. I do feel sorry for him. Maybe we bring him back on a... That's what the Patreon members can do. They can bring him back out of sorry. You can be at the bench player. But yeah, we got a top goal scorer, 31. We've got 2nd highest average rating, and Robertone also got the highest amount of assists this season. It was a fantastic year. It could be even better if we've won the Copa del Rey. 3rd round, never mind. It was not Barcelona, but it's Espanyol, de Barcelona, with Vincent Kompany as the manager. And I love it when you go a little bit further into a save. You just get random managers at different clubs. Yeah, their 3rd kit annoys me because it's almost the same as their home kit, but we'll move on. How did the squad get on? 36 goals in 38 games for Dineno. Very good.
Yeah.
14 and 23 assists for Robertone.
Brilliant.
Again, very good, yeah. Lee Kang.
Imagine what we could have done if we had that 3rd player in the double figures as well. That's where we just lost it then, really, now.
Absolutely. Lee Kang is actually wanted by Valencia.
He's going to be an E.
So that's a club he's already played for, then they sold him.
By that German team as well, that mega dad in charge of, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's still chasing him.
He went, fuck that. Right, okay. How much money do we have for this 5th and final season now with a Tycoon Takeover? 24 million.
Hey, man, I'm going to take that.
That's all right. Yeah. For Europa League football, what can we do with 24 million pounds? Now, on the outs, I also raised another 13.5 million pound. I sold a guy called Ivan from our youth academy for 10 million. I know. He had so many big clubs after him. He might be quite good in the future, but I seen an 18-year-old with 5 finishing who plays left wing or up front, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll take that for the final season because it allowed me to push on this season, and that's the most important thing. James Gomez, who I brought in on a free transfer, I sold him for £1.5 million. I also sold Thomas Estevez, free transfer, 850k, and Alex Müller, 375k. I'm getting very good at selling players now. On the end of last season, I also sold this guy, who again was another free transfer. I just didn't like his haircut, Dad, I must admit. He was gone for £1 million, and I have signed a lot of players. So let's start off with the first one that I spent £13 million on. He is called Leopold, and he is a very good centre-back.
Yeah.
17-4 positioning, great anticipation, great pace. He's 6'3", he's Austrian. I like him a lot. He come from Rapid.
That's good, yeah.
Very good. Good start as well. In 3 games, 7 average rating for a defender without goals or assists. So he's very decent. Outside of that, though, now, actually, I'm going to leave that one to last. Mohamed Attia, and you guys are going to be able to typing him in, and you're not going to find him because he's a new gen. But I'm going to leave him to last anyway. This actually might be the best signing of the window, Sofiane Diop, because when he was at the club before he left, he was not wanting to speak to me at all. And then in the middle of July, when was it? 9th of July, when I was like, so Sofiane, you still haven't found a club yet? He was like, oh, okay, Luke, I'll join you. And there he is. He joined us. He's very good indeed.
Good squad player.
26 years of age.
Very good.
He's in his prime. Look how good he is. Nobody else wanted him. Apparently, he's worth now 107 million. I don't get the values. I have no idea about values, but he is classed as our best player according to our coaches. So, I mean, I'll take it. Free transfer. He got 6 goals and 5 assists last season in Ligue 1 for Nice. He's got one player of the match for us already. I think he's fantastic. I absolutely love that guy, and the fact that he didn't want to talk to me to begin with, and then after was like, oh, fine. It was tail between his legs without a club. He came to us. Timothy Pembele. I keep going to Porto for right backs. This one's a much better right back than Thomas Estevez. Very good. Again, he's French. There's a bit of a theme going on here. Great physical attributes, but also he's very well rounded, especially for that right back role. Used to play at PSG. Then we also have our new left back. Spent £4.9 million on him. Nicholas Dyer. Very good player from Midtjylland. Did quite well last season or mid-season, wherever we are right now. We brought him in for £5 million. I think that's good. We also had a free transfer, Filip Stefanovic, who is Serbian. He would come from Manchester City. Another one of those players who didn't have a club, who wouldn't speak to me when he was at Manchester City, expecting bigger things.
They're a good squad player, though,
yeah, absolutely. He can play in loads of different positions. And then finally, I loaned Dacho Fofana for another option to play on the right-hand side and up front, because I think he is a different type of player to our Juan striker that we have, because he is less pace, more about the technical attributes and mentally, whereas Dacho is like more pace, more flair, better dribbling. So it gives us a better option, I think. He's 23, only on loan. We do have an optional future fee of £28 million. If we have £28 million to splurge, you could get him in on the Patreon, should you wish to. Now, the best player that we've probably picked up, not the best deal, Sofiane Diop was the best deal, but the best player we picked up was from Zamalek for £9 million, and I could not resist, even though we probably didn't need to upgrade this position, is a goalkeeper. He's 18.
Whoa.
I know.
That's the definite one for the list, then, isn't it?
I told you he's a new gen. You can't find him.
I'll find him eventually.
Yeah. That's not how it works. Attia.
That's good, isn't he?
Unbelievable player.
18.
And he's 18. I know. So I found quite a few players, because I also went for Egypt's other goalkeeper, who I could get for like $5 million.
Yeah.
And then I clicked and I thought, oh, he's probably Egypt's number one. And he wasn't. It was this guy. And I thought, well, who's this? And my scouts had already scouted him.
Yeah.
Because obviously for some reason I had somebody in Egypt. He is class. He's so good. Plays for Zamalek. He got 15 clean sheets in the last 2 seasons when he was 16.
Bloody hell.
That's mental, isn't it? So he has got 2 clean sheets for us already in 3 games.
Yeah.
That tells you how well we have been starting. So tactically, I've changed it.
Ooh.
Gone for something different. We've gone for almost a 4-2-3-1. But the reason for it, I think when we come up against the big boys, we're not getting any wins.
No.
This gives us a little bit of an option to get a win. We're doing all right against the clubs we should be beating. This tactic should allow us to do that anyway, but it will be a lot more secure when we play against the bigger sides.
You strengthened your defence up, didn't you, with the new right back and the new left back?
Yeah.
And we had a good central defence anyway, so I like that.
Absolutely. We got a new goalkeeper as well. I sent in midfielder. We got quite a few options. Sofiane Diop, of course, Robertone, Oriol Busquets, who will probably more likely be in this position, but Querfield can also play there as well. So if I did quick pick without restriction, it does look like this. Deneno up top with Fofana on that right. Diop in behind Deneno. Kang In Lee on that left-hand side. He's actually really good on that left-hand side. Well, cutting in. He's got a good right foot, very strong left foot, so he's both-footed. This is a good side.
Yeah.
This is a very good side. How have we done so far? Well, 3 games. We got 2 wins against Villarreal again. They don't like playing us at all. We beat Las Palmas as well. Unfortunately, we did lose to Elche.
Yeah.
Bit of a disappointing one. We were 1-0 up as well. But hey, never mind. Those types of games happen. We've got Europa League ahead of us this season as well, Dad. Let's take a look at our fixtures. What do you think of those games?
We're through.
Yeah,
we're through to the next round.
We're through to the next round. You might as well just put our name on the trophy already.
Yeah.
Dad said we're going to win it.
Well, I like to think we will, because it seems to me every time we're in the Europe, we only get to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So if we can get further than the quarterfinals and The best I think we finished.
I was going to say, what's the best that they finished in the league?
Fourth.
I
think it was.
We were close to that.
Yeah.
Fifth
I think
already.
it was the season that they had Van Nistelrooy, the 2012 season.
Yeah.
I think that's the best they finished, the fourth. So if we get fourth or better, or go further than the quarter-final, we're on a winner.
That's the challenge we have. Fourth or better than the quarter-final. Can we do it? 5 seasons, fifth and final season. Let's find out. Final season.
Get
Smashed it out of the park with that one, Dad. Second place.
I mean,
only behind a runaway
yeah, but
Real Madrid.
They ran away with that.
Yeah.
It was always going to be you trying to split with one of the Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah, we did that and then some. We dropped them down to 6th.
Get in.
Yeah, they absolutely fell off a cliff this season. Is Xavi still their manager? He is. They never sack him.
No.
I reckon they could get relegated and Xavi would super like, I'm still got a job though, right? And they're like, yeah, very good. Very good season.
I'll tell you what,
for us.
did you see how many games we lost?
I know, we end the season really badly as well. 10 games we lost in total, but we only drew 3. We drew the least amount of games possible.
I think we were just party mode when we at the end of the season because we knew we got second in the bag.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've done it.
We've lost to Barcelona.
We're not gonna catch Real Madrid, so let's just party.
Yeah, exactly. In Malaga, absolutely loved it.
So we've done one challenge.
We did. We didn't have a top scorer. We had Sofiane Diop there in the highest average rating. They're second there. Robertoni got the third most assists. Sebastian Haller at Real Valladolid.
Yeah,
which is the player that owns them. Is R9, Brazilian Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah.
That's who he owns.
Yeah.
Yeah, he owns Cruzeiro, I think, in Brazil, and he also owns that club there in Spain. But yeah, Sebastian Haller. Dad is the manager of Sebastian Haller in next week's rebuild at Borussia Dortmund. Watch when he goes, that's that centre-back, right? And I go, no, Dad, no. That's not your centre-back. I think you were getting Hummels and Haller mixed up. Yeah, not the best with names. That's why I get it quite bad. But we're second place. How have we done in our first season in Europe? And, of course, the Copa del Rey. We haven't done very well there either.
Oh, no! I mean, that's brilliant, but no!
The bridesmaid in all 3 competitions. The runners-up in all 3 competitions.
You know what I'd hate to see here now, and I really would hate to see it, is Real Madrid beat us in our cup.
Oh, that would be horrible, wouldn't it? Barcelona 4-1. It wasn't even close.
No.
We got to the final, though. That's the main thing.
That's brilliant.
It was also played at the Bernabeu. I don't know if that's what happens every year.
Can you go back on the results to see who knocked Real Madrid out then, whether it was Barcelona?
Yeah, we can, absolutely.
Did we do it?
So let's go a little bit further on. Mallorca, we knocked out Mallorca. Real Valladolid, Barcelona. Real Madrid's not there at that point. So they were knocked out early. So they must have been knocked out in the 3rd round, possibly, because I don't think they would have got... What? They were knocked out earlier than the 3rd round?
They lost the penalties.
Wow. To Ibiza.
They were partying.
The away game in Ibiza is a deadly mistress, honestly. But yeah, we got to the quarterfinal and we beat Atletico. Then we got to the semi-final and knocked out Getafe. Real Sporting was the semi-finalists, and we faced Barcelona in the final. How about, though, the Europa League?
We lose to?
We lost to Leicester. Oh, Leicester in the final, 3-2. Not a late one, no. Thank God for that. That would have been horrible. Gabriel Barbosa, Lo Celso, and Conor Gallagher. 3 players that do not have Leicester colours right now in the Championship, anyway. Right, so the league phase. Oh, we did very well. We only lost 1 game against Slavia Prague. Never mind.
No.
In the knockout playoff round, we did not play. We got to the round of 16 straight away. We knocked out Cologne 4-3. That was a difficult one, that one, round of 16. In the quarter-final, we stuffed Mainz 5-0 in the second leg after losing the first leg 2-0.
Don't tell me it was
And the
Spurs.
semi-final, Spurs lost to Leicester. We knocked out Porto. We stole a couple of Porto players as well.
Imagine it being Spurs.
Yeah. 5-3 against Porto, going on to the final where we defeated Leicester.
That's such a shame. Brilliant, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot better than I thought we were going to do. We beat the record of being 4th and quarter-final, so well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, in real life, Malaga, as I mentioned at the start, were relegated this season.
Yeah.
So this is an alternative universe that in 5 years, you got to Europa League final, which is probably where they expected to be like 2013 before it all went downhill.
So we're in the Champions League next season,
We're
aren't
in
we?
the Champions League next season. For you Patreon members. 36 goals from Juan De Neno. He is wanted. Maybe you can cash in on him because actually he runs out of contract. You might have to offer him a new contract to keep him.
Yeah, quickly.
Because he got 36 in 36 starts. 25 from Datro Fofana. If you're given enough money, maybe you sign Datro.
Yeah.
Sofian Diop, 19 goals as well. A lot of assists.
What did I say about having another player in the double figures?
Yeah, absolutely.
4 players there. Look.
4 players in double figure goals, 4 players in double figure assists. Actually made a big difference there to our season, our campaign. Not only if you decide to go on the Patreon will you get the tactic for the £5 tier, because I'm sure that's what people are probably wanting to ask. You can only get it on the Patreon. I don't give out tactics for free because they're untested, really. I only use them for the rebuild, so it's just another incentive, I guess. But you get £25 million with a very big wage budget, so maybe £35 million or £30 million should you take on this challenge. What is their goal, Dad, for the next 5 seasons?
Get into the knockout stages of the Champions League.
Knockout stages of the Champions League. Maybe a Copa del Rey. 5 years, Copa del Rey.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Well, Copa del Rey. We might as well check Ataya. He's got better.
Look at the screens on there.
19 years of age. He is absolutely insane. He had 19 clean sheets in La Liga.
And that's why we've done so well, though, isn't it?
Incredible. I want you to let me know how he does, how he's getting on.
How he gets on with him.
If you take this on Patreon, we'll leave it on that bombshell. Next Monday will be the versus. Of course, it's Dortmund versus Frankfurt. But if you haven't checked out Benfica versus Porto yet,
what are you doing?
What you got to do it.
Go watch it right now.